we may not be out here for long. That is moving in pretty fast.
Hello everybody, so now I'm here with my new friend, Bette. I moved, as you all know, or most of you, I moved to Minnesota not too long ago, and I met Bette because she's here in St. Cloud. And how are you, Bette?
Pretty darn good.
Cool, awesome. So I'm here to just talk a little bit about, I think something that a lot of Baha'is in the world and the Baha'is and their friends are preparing for, which is Baha'u'llah's Bicentenary, his 200-year birthday coming up in another month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
October 22nd.
October, so in a month. Here in St. Cloud, we're gonna celebrate it, right? We're celebrating at the college Welcome Center. And I don't know, I just thought maybe we could talk about what's the significance of the day and why are Baha'i so excited. How could we talk about it to some people who have no idea what's going on?
Well, I think Baha'is are really eager to share the news about Baha'u'llah because his personage and his mission are so unique in the annals of religious history. Baha'is regard Baha'u'llah as the most recent messenger from God, and that the message that he brings is specifically designed for this time in human history. Most people here in America are from a Christian background, and one of the things that's so predominant in the stories of Jesus is that he says, I have many things to tell you, but you could not bear them now. But when he, the Spirit of truth, comes, he will lead you unto all truth. So Jesus could have told us everything that Baha'u'llah has told us, but the people would not have been ready for it back in Jesus' time. There wasn't the communication, there wasn't the transportation. But now we have this beautiful picture of the Earth from space, this beautiful blue and white globe just floating there. And we can see that we are one global village. We are one tremendously beautiful, united world, and we need to foster that unity and break down the barriers that have been keeping us apart. And that was Baha'u'llah's mission. It's unique in the annals of religious history.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting. So, what are some of the things that Baha'u'llah told us that humanity couldn't understand during the time of Jesus Christ?
Well, he brings us basically the three onenesses. The oneness of God, the oneness of religion, and the oneness of the human race.
Okay.
He tells us that all these great religions, these beautiful, wonderful world religions like Christianity, like Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, Zoroastrianism, they brought beautiful teachings geared to the needs of the people at that time. And they talked about the ones who had come before, and they talk about one who is going to come after.
Okay.
So they always have said there's going to be somebody else coming. And all these great religions and indigenous prophecies talk about a great teacher that is going to come, who is going to bring all the colors and nations together. And Baha'is feel that is Baha'u'llah. And if we look at it from that perspective, it's as though God is creating a great school. And he keeps sending teachers. And as the pupil advances, he sends a teacher to give the knowledge that child can learn, or that teen can learn, or that young adult can learn.
Yeah.
It's like a great spiritual school. And so this is so beautiful, because I'm coming from a beautiful Bohemian Catholic Christian background myself. And what is so beautiful is I did not have to leave Jesus behind, because I had a really deep personal relationship with Jesus. And I didn't have to leave that behind and say, well, that was wrong and this is right, because that wasn't wrong. Jesus' teachings were exactly what people needed at that time in human history. And he talked about somebody coming, the Spirit of truth. And so I'm able to bring my love of Jesus into the Baha'i faith and love him even more as a Baha'i. And anybody coming from any religious path can bring in their particular personage in. They can bring Zoroaster in, they can bring Buddha in, they can bring Muhammad in, and learn to love all the others. Oh my goodness, and we have nature saying, wow, this is something. We may have to go in.
Okay.
I think.
All right, let's go
Yeah,
inside.
I think so.
All right.
Continue.
All right, so excuse us for the interruption. So we had to recuperate inside. There was a weird wind that just came out of nowhere. You right? It was.
A cold front from Canada.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a really powerful wind and blowing all the leaves and everything. So we just came inside. So where did we leave off?
Oh, you had asked about what kind of things Baha'u'llah had brought,
Yes,
what
and
kind of
then,
teachings.
and then you said a few of them. You said
The three
the
onenesses.
oneness of God, oneness of religion,
And oneness of the human race.
and oneness of humanity. Okay.
Right. Then there are even more specific principles that he has given us to achieve this oneness. For example, the selection of an auxiliary universal language so that people can travel wherever they want in the world and can talk to one another. We
Sure.
would still keep our mother tongues.
Okay.
But if we had an auxiliary language, it would be so much more easy to just go anywhere and be able to communicate directly with people.
That's
So
important.
what-
That's very important.
Baha'u'llah says there is a spiritual solution to the economic problem. If we put people first rather than profit, we could solve so many of these problems just so more quickly and with more cooperation if we would look to the end result. Okay.
People first rather than making money, profit.
Right.
Got it.
Right. Okay, equality of the genders, the sexes, equality of men and women. In fact, in the writings, it refers to the equality of men and women as men and women are like the wings of a bird.
Sure.
And you need to have those wings be balanced so the bird can fly. And also, you could not take the left wing and put it on the right side or the right wing and put it on the left side and have that bird fly. No. They are equal, but they have different stations, different work to do. And so that takes into consideration, the differences between the sexes.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, what else is there? Harmony of science and religion.
Okay.
Because they both come from God. Science tells us the how, and religion tells us the why. And so if they're both coming from God, they shouldn't contradict one another.
I see. Yeah. So so what does it mean that, like, to Baha'is today? And this is the last question.
Okay.
What does it mean? What's so important about celebrating Baha'u'llah's 200-year anniversary of his birth?
Oh my gosh.
How can we talk about it with people in a way that it does justice to the event?
I don't know if you can do justice to it. I mean, this is the person promised in all the religions of the world, in all the ethnic prophecies. This is the person who will help unify the world, the universal lawgiver, the organizer of the planet. Those are some of the titles given to him. So never has this ever occurred that we've had this one personage coming who will give us what we need so desperately in these days, to bring us together, to see our commonality. And Baha'is just want to share this with people and let people know that you don't have to become Baha'i. This is not membership seeking at all. But we want you to know about Baha'u'llah, the personage, and his mission, because he has what the world needs now. And people can go to the Baha'i website and just take what they want with absolutely no strings attached. There are beautiful prayers, there are writings, there's hopefulness as far as peace, that peace actually is not only possible, but it's inevitable. That's in the Baha'i writings. So it can give such hope to people in these days when they are feeling so down because of world events and politics. And
and the website is?
The website, Baha'i.org.
Baha'i.org.
Baha'i.org, right.
Which I'll have right below the video. So what's keeping humanity knowing about Baha'u'llah?
Well,
So it's been 200 years since his birth, and where are we as the community in the world? We've advanced, or are we small still, or?
Well, we've been advanced. We're spread very widely.
Yes,
we're
we
the
are.
second most widely spread religion in the world.
That's true.
Why don't more people know about it? Well, why don't more Baha'is get out and talk about Baha'u'llah?
That's right.
That's one reason. There are so many sources, especially now with the internet, that people could be finding
Investigate,
out.
yeah.
Could investigate, yes. And I want to mention that there are no strings attached to people looking into the Baha'i faith. In fact, if somebody were to hear this today and say, "Wow, Sarv, I want to give you $100 for this faith. It sounds wonderful. Do your good works with it," we'd have to say, "Nope, can't take your money because only Baha'is can give to the Baha'i funds."
Right.
So that keeps the money very, very pure and avoids vested interests. And the other thing is that this is a gift to the world. The teachings of Baha'u'llah are a gift to the world, and you don't charge people for a gift.
Yeah.
You give it to them.
Yeah.
So,
Well, thanks a lot, Betty.
okay.
All right, so there you have it, guys. This was our mini conversation about the upcoming birth of Baha'u'llah here in October. And if you guys have any comments or questions, please share them. Otherwise, thanks for watching.